Oh, hello. Today's September 10th, 2020, and I have a little history story about teaching history this time. So, on a Monday in 2001, teaching world history at this time of year, it's river civilizations. Ooh, exciting. And we start off with Mesopotamia. Well, as you can imagine, a lot of students aren't really into Mesopotamia. And I gave an assignment, and the assignment was about, researching the maps and the terrain of the Middle East. And I just got this sense, it was maybe the first week of school, and I got this sense of, like, why do we have to know this stuff? And I get it, I really do. And I just remember at that point kind of thinking I was a little frustrated. And I said, okay, let's as homework tonight, instead of just doing your maps, as homework, my assignment on September 10th, 2001 was to research Middle East terrorists, because I was frustrated of the apathy at that point. And so I just thought I need to make history more relevant. And I just made a choice to do that because it's Mesopotamia, modern day Iraq. Anyway, and then I was home that next Tuesday, September 11th. And at, at my time, 8:46 in the morning, I think I'd probably put my baby down for a nap and turned on the news and, of course, watched the 9/11 attacks unfold. Well, I went back to school that Wednesday. Can you imagine? I remember going back to school, and it's like students looked at me like, she's a terrorist, she's the one. And I have to make light of this or else I'll lose it. So I'm not making light of the events, of course. I just need to get through this. So anyway, the reaction in the United States, whether you were around at that time or not, became pretty nationalistic. We got to support what's happening. We can't handle this terrorist stuff. And the way I work is I just have to know. I just want to research. I want to find the truth. I'm an ultimate truth seeker. And I just remember asking myself a simple question, which is, why would anybody want to fly planes into the World Trade Center? And so it's classic Newsom right here. So I just started researching. I just take these legal things, I just like writing on them, and I just started researching the history of the Middle East. I made sure to use like the history textbooks that schools were using at that time. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't have my own biases, that it was actual facts. And of course, I can't go through the entire history, but the so what of this is what I learned. The biggest lesson that I learned was that the more I learned, the more I understood the complexity of the situation. And then the more disturbed I got that we don't really teach what's happening with relationships in the Middle East. Researching the background and history of Osama bin Laden became really disturbing in that I just started researching American involvement around the world. And so it kind of started because of 9/11. And I actually have like another pile of these, and I'm not trying to show off. I'm just trying to say, in fact, that's the nerdiest thing ever, but I just wanted to understand it. I feel like people are so quick to, at least at that time, just, go get them. But for me, it's like I need to understand why this would happen. It doesn't happen in a vacuum. And like I said, I can't go through all my notes with you, but I do have a much better understanding as to the relationships. And I think it's dangerous, in fact, that we don't teach this stuff, because I have students who are going into the military who don't understand really the complexity of the relationship and the situation. So that's my lesson for today, is just know what you're talking about. Learn it. And if, again, as always, if you have any questions, like specific questions, I can just bore you and just start rambling from my 20 years worth of research. So anyway, have a good day. Take care of yourselves. I think it's worthwhile mentioning that I was home part-time because I had a 10-month-old little baby. And given the labor research that I just did last couple days, I feel very fortunate that I was at teaching at a time when I still had flexibility to stay at home part time. That was absolutely taken away. So, meaning that I went part time, and then in 2008, I was told you can't do that anymore. We need to have full time teachers. So, I think that's a notable mention to kind of tie this together a little bit, and that's what you'll see if you end up watching any of these. We build up on these relationships. We build up on history. I'm not the quick fix kind of person. It's like it takes me time to kind of understand stuff, and I'm a real slow learner. So I just wanted to mention that as kind of a side note. So again, take care of yourselves.